If this movie was about my life, it would be called To All the Dogs I've Loved Before and would just be a 2-hour supercut of me writing letters to all the dogs that I have patted in parks but have been too afraid to steal. Why? Why am I so afraid to steal other people's dogs? To All the Boys I've Loved Before is the latest Netflix movie getting buzz on the World Wide Web. It's based on the book of the same name and was directed by Susan Johnson. I have been seeing this everywhere on my socials, so I thought I'd better jump on the bandwagon to see what all the fuss is about. And the result is... I don't get it. I really don't understand why people are raving about this movie. Oh man. This video is going to get so many dislikes. So before we get into this review, fair warning, there are spoilers ahead. For me to talk about why I don't really understand the hype, I do need to talk about how this film ends, so yeah. Spoilers. The film centers around 17-year-old Lara Jean, or LJ for short, played by Lana Condor. She has feelings for her sister's ex-boyfriend Josh, played by Israel Broussard, and so she writes him a love letter as a way of coping with those feelings, although she has no intention of sending this letter out. She also writes letters to the other boys that she has loved before. The title says it all really. Mysteriously, these letters get sent out, much to LJ's horror, and so now she has to face Josh about her feelings, but because she is a teenager, and teenagers do silly things sometimes, instead she kisses a boy called Peter, played by Noah Centineo, who himself has also received a letter. Peter is a babe, by the way, and in real life is 22, so it's okay that I say that. Age appropriate. Perving. Yeah. Lara Jean asks Peter if he can pretend to be her boyfriend so she doesn't have to face the music, and Peter goes along with this because he has just broken up with his girlfriend and wants to make her jealous. If you're watching this video and you haven't seen the movie, say out loud what you think is going to happen. You are spot on. Of course Lara Jean and Peter fall in love because this is a teen movie. And this is what happens in every teen movie. I think that's what surprised me the most about this film, is that it's really generic. This is nothing that we haven't seen a million times before. Let's compare this film to these 3 films. For example, all 4 of these movies feature the quiet, not as popular lead, the handsome jock, his bitchy ex-girlfriend, and the true to themselves best friends or best friend. In all of these films, the nice girl gets the jock in the end, but not before the jock does something stupid to make the nice girl sad. And these aren't the only films with this plot. There are tons of them. In fact, there's even a movie that spoofs how many of these movies there are. But that's not to say that this film is terrible, because it's definitely not at all. It's a perfectly watchable film. I just don't understand the hype. This movie has a 95% critic score and a 94% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes right now. That is too high, you guys. Okay, so obviously as the story goes, Peter and Lara Jean fall in love while pretending to be boyfriend and girlfriend. Lara Jean realizes that the feelings she has for Josh have faded and she actually just loves him as a friend. She tells her sister this and they share a sisterly hug because nothing is stronger than the bond between 2 sisters. So, a happy story, really. And I think that's why people are loving on this movie so much, is it's just really nice. Lara Jean is very cute and wholesome without being a drip. Peter is smoking hot, but very down to earth, and the chemistry that he has with LJ feels very genuine. Her bond with her family is lovely to watch, so all in all, just a well-rounded, completely inoffensive, easy to watch film. I did also really like that a Vietnamese American actress was cast in the lead role, which is how it is in the book. I read an interview with the author Jenny Han where she said a lot of production companies lost interest in adapting this into a movie when she told them that the lead had to be Asian, which I think is such a sad statement on the world that we live in today. On that note, I'd implore anyone that hasn't done so already to read the piece that Kelly Marie Tran, who plays Rose in The Last Jedi, the piece that she wrote for the New York Times about the hate and the racism that she was subjected to after being cast in that role. She makes a really powerful statement, and it really highlights why it's so important that Hollywood casts people of other ethnicities in roles that would usually be held for white people. So yeah, really cool to see a Vietnamese American girl get the guy for once. It's funny because she's quite short, so every single time she goes to kiss Peter, she has to go up on her tiptoes, and they even put her in these like massive platform shoes, and she still struggles to reach his face. As a short girl, I can totally relate. As I said earlier, I don't think this movie is quite as amazing as everybody else seems to think it is, but it's an easy watch with a very cute cast. I'm going to give To All the Boys I've Loved Before a 7 out of 10. But what did you guys think of the Netflix God's latest offering? Please don't be too mean to me in the comment section below. If you liked this video, don't forget to subscribe to see all the future videos I make. You can also follow me on Facebook and Instagram. Thank you as always for watching. I'll see you guys here for the next one. Caw-caw!